Right, it's about time to make a start. We have attained a quorum. Let's get started. Confirmation of minutes of the 12th meeting held on January the 4th, 2013. We have received no proposed amendments. Can I take the minutes as confirmed? Matters arising. Our meeting with the CS. On the 9th of January, the administration introduced two bills. We asked whether the rest of the bills will be introduced soon enough. The CS said that there is an internal mechanism to make sure that the relevant bureaus will introduce the relevant bills to the Council, and they will be coming along successively. In accordance with the legislative program 2012 to 13, in the first half of this legislative year, there will be an additional 5 bills to be introduced to the Council, and they will be submitted to us in the next couple of months. Any questions? No? Business arising from previous Council meetings. Legal Service Division, or the legal advisor, has lost its voice, so I'd like to call upon the Assistant Legal Advisor. Chairman, the first bill is the Stamp Duty Amendment Bill 2012. Please refer to paper LS 17/12 to 13. The bill seeks to amend the Stamp Duty Ordinance to impose or to introduce measures to curb the property prices. Now, there are 2 measures there. The first one is to impose a higher rate of special stamp duty on certain transactions of residential property acquired on or after 27th of October 2012, if those transactions occur within 36 months. And the period has been extended to 36 months. The other one is the buyer's stamp duty. The intention is to impose this BSD on agreements signed by companies. In the bill, there is a mechanism to return the BSD regarding redevelopment. The FS under the bill, or if the bill is enacted, if the rate has to be adjusted, the FS can give notice in the Gazette to make such changes. On the 2nd of November, the FS panel discussed this issue. Various concerns were expressed by panel members, and members may wish to set up a Bills Committee to scrutinize the bill. Do we need a Bills Committee? Who's going to join? Mr. Fang? Mr. Fang is not speaking through. Right, Mr. Abraham Sheikh would like to join as well. Okay. Inland Revenue and Stamp Duty Legislation Alternative Bond Schemes Amendment Bill 2012. Chairman, thank you. The next one is the Inland Revenue and Stamp Duty Legislation Alternative Bond Schemes Amendment Bill 2012. And this is to amend the Inland Revenue Ordinance and the Stamp Duty Ordinance to provide a similar taxation regime for the Islamic bond. It is a religiously neutral bill. The bill itself doesn't mention any Islamic bond. The conditions that have to be fulfilled are set out in the bill. Now, if the bill is enacted, then whether the bonds are Islamic bonds, all these bonds will enjoy the taxation treatment as in the case of the conventional bonds. and they will be exempted from the profits tax and stamp duty. On the 5th of November 2012, the administration consulted the panel on financial affairs. Various concerns were expressed by members at the panel, and members might wish to set up a Bills Committee. All right, Bills Committee. All right, who would like to join? Okay. Next, Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on January the 4th and tabled in Council on January the 9th. Legal advisor, please. Chairman, thank you. The paper is LS 19 stroke 12 to 13. There is only one item, designation of libraries amendment order 2013. This order does two things. The first one is the Tin Shui Wai library will be removed, and there is a new library at Tin Shui Wai the 7th floor, ground to 7th floor of the high block of Pingshan Tin Shui Wai Leisure and Cultural Building. These will go into effect on the 28th of February. All right, do we see the need for a subcommittee? If not, the deadline for amendment is February the 6th. The next one is further business for the council meeting on January the 16th. Report number 9, stroke 12 to 13 of the House Committee on Consideration of Subsidiary Legislation and Other Instruments. The report covers 3 items of subsidiary legislation, the period for amendment of which will expire on January the 16th, including the Competition Ordinance Commencement Notice 2012. I am chairman of that subcommittee, and I have given notice that I will be speaking on this particular notice. Just a reminder that this is Wednesday next, so this will be done after the policy address. Any questions? If not, business for council meeting on January the 23rd, 2013. 20 questions. Bills, first and second reading. No bills. Government motions. 3 proposed resolutions to be moved by the Secretary for Transport and Housing under Section 5(3)(b) of the Public Bus Services Ordinance, Cap 230, in relation to the following 3 bus companies. Perhaps I would like to call upon the legal advisor to brief us. The paper is LS 18 stroke 12 to 13. On the 24th of this month, the Executive in Council under the Public Bus Services Ordinance granted the 10-year franchise to the 3 companies, New World, Longwin, and City Bus. These 3 resolutions are to seek LegCo's endorsement so that the franchise will not the 10-year franchises will not be subject to the provisions relating to the profit control scheme under the Public Bus Services Ordinance. There were 5 meetings held at the transport panel in this regard, although the control scheme wasn't discussed. If this is endorsed, the resolutions will go into effect on the day they are gazetted. All right, subcommittee. Dr. Kwokaki, Chairman. I think it is worth discussing the franchise is something which is controversial. I hope that we can scrutinize the orders. All right, a subcommittee is suggested. Any members would like to join? All right, there will be further circulation. As with the usual practice, if a subcommittee is formed, then the administration will be requested to withdraw the notice so that we have sufficient time to scrutinize the resolutions. Members' motions. Motion on assisting the middle class to be moved by Dr. Elizabeth Kwok. And the other one is the motion on optimizing the CSSA for the unemployed by Mr. James Tin. Please be reminded the deadline for giving notice of amendments is January the 16th, Wednesday. Any question? Right, position on Bills Committee and subcommittees. As of January the 10th, there are 5 subcommittees under the House, 6 subcommittees on policy issues under panels that are currently in action. One of which is on policy issues. I just received from the AGENDAI panel and the development panel a proposal to set up a subcommittee to follow up on the implementation of the WKCD. And the number, this brings the number of subcommittees to 8. And if further subcommittees to be proposed, will have to be in the waiting list. All right, any questions? If not, arrangements for the debate on the 2013 policy address. Please refer to paper 284/12 to 13. I'd just like to members to refer to paras 3 and 5 regarding the arrangement. The arrangement is actually similar to the previous term. The debate will be held on 3 consecutive days, the 30th and 31st of January and the 1st of February. There will be different groupings on different policy areas. On the 30th of January, the first day of the debate, it will start at 11 a.m. The second and third days, 31st of January and 1st of February, at 9. The ending time for each of the 3 days of the debate will be about 10 p.m. But they may be extended, if necessary, for 30 minutes. If we cannot end the debate by 10 on the third day, we can extend the meeting. And if this happens, we'll have to come back on a Saturday. Each member can speak on the 5 different debate sessions, but subject to the total speaking time limit of 30 minutes. Any questions? All right, total speaking time 30 minutes for the 5 groupings. Ms. Emily Lau, Chairman. You refer to the 3 days, the 30th and 31st of January and February the 1st. If we cannot end the debate on the 3rd day, shall we carry on overnight or come back the next day? By 10, if the meeting can be ended, then we carry on. But if this cannot be completed, then we'll have to come back because we have 10 more members. And altogether, we do need an additional 5 hours. So there will be 30 odd hours, and there are 4 hours for the government officials. Well, as per usual practice, maybe not all members will speak up to 30 minutes, so we are confident that the debate will be able to end by midnight on Friday. Otherwise, we'll have to come back on Saturday. Well, we don't know how it's going to pan out, and maybe we don't know until the 1st of February. Maybe we should set aside some time on the 2nd, because otherwise some members will be leaving town and we'll have to wait until the 6th. Is it our understanding?
As I've said, if we cannot finish it by Friday, we'll have to come back on Saturday. When are we going to vote on the policy address, Chairman? On the same day, or Secretary General at the meeting? So if it's 12 midnight on the 1st of January or 1st of February, we would vote immediately, not the next week. That is on the conclusion of the 5 sessions, we would vote right away. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Chen Gamnam. Chairman, I'm referring to 5H1. The total speaking time for the officials, officers, will be 45 minutes maximum. So if there are 2 to 3, then they will be able to speak for no less than 15 minutes. Do we need to specify the minimum speaking time? I think it should be up to them to share the speaking time. They may want to speak for 5 or 10 minutes. Well, it's the maximum. The maximum is 45 minutes. Here is said not less than, may speak for not less than 15 minutes. Is there a need to specify this? Deputy Secretary General, you are familiar with the arrangement. Please. Yes, if I may. But there was a previous understanding reached with the administration. If there are 2 or fewer than 2 public officers, then the date will be given 45 minutes. It's up to the 2 public officers to decide how to share the time. But they cannot allow just one of them to speak and use up all the time. So at least one of them should, each of them would have to speak for at least 15 minutes. If there are 4, there are more than 2. Say if there are 4 public officers, they will be given 1 hour. So if one of them speaks for 5 minutes, the rest of the time can be shared by the remaining officers. So it's up to them, up to the public officers to decide. This is the agreed arrangement, and this is a usual arrangement as well. Well, but the wording is quite problematic, just about how it's expressed. Let me repeat. If there are only 2 public officers, we will give them 45 minutes totally, not 30 minutes. So if there are 2, they will be given 45 minutes. On one occasion, one of them spoke for a long time, and the other did not have sufficient time. So we are saying that each of them must have at least 15 minutes. That's what we mean by the speaking time arrangement. Well, I'm going to write to the CS to finalize the arrangement. As for the grouping of policy areas, I would ask the administration to provide by noon on the 17th of January, Tuesday, so that we can debate this on the 18th of January at our House Committee meeting. Any questions? Ms. Claudia Mo. If we have to continue on the 2nd of February. It's a Saturday. Do we start at 9 a.m.? Yes. Let's hope that this won't be necessary. Ms. Helena Wong, can you promise that we will not going all the way to the afternoon of the 2nd of February? Well, I cannot promise you anything like that. It's really for members to decide or promise. In terms of time allowed, we shouldn't have to do that. But there may be unexpected events. For example, the request to ascertain a quorum's existence. So time-wise, we would have sufficient time. But barring unexpected events, AOB, I have no AOB item.